Alright, let me see if this worked. Alright, yeah, now we have 1080, which is fine. I don't know why it wasn't at 1080 before. That's strange. Yo, what's up, Coast? What's up? I just ended my stream and restarted because it was at 480p for some reason. I don't know. OBS was weird. Now it's at 1080p. Yeah, apartment. Let me try this other feature that this collab cam thing. I gotta figure out. Hold on. Where's the link? I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I think it might echo. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, let me see. Hold on. I'll make sure because this way I can go around and share, but I think I might have to mute my mic on here. It should have worked. Hold on. Yeah, it says why is it not showing? How does the settings work on this? I double click on it. Maybe I have to generate a new link. Who knows? Hold on. I gotta re-email this to myself. Cause I don't know. It was working earlier. Now I don't know. I think because I stopped the stream and restarted, it broke the link. But we will see. And then I could show off the apartment. Alright, let me try this again. The drive, oh my god, I was just talking about that before I just restarted the stream. The drive was insane. 2,900 miles. It was crazy. There was for the beginning, I avoided highways for most of Florida and half of Alabama because I wasn't sure about starting on the highway with that truck. But then after I was like, fuck it, I'll just take the highway because there were some issues with the normal roads. I didn't like stopping so often. So I just went on the highway and it was fine. The highways in Florida are probably just trash. That's probably what it is. And that's what I'm used to. The highways otherwise were fine. What's up, Xavier? But yeah, the drive wasn't, there was some weird parts to it, and towards the end was the weird parts. Alabama and Mississippi have a lot of roadkill, which they can easily avoid or prevent, because Arkansas they have the solution. They just fence off the whole highway from the woods and stuff. Like I'd say 90% of that highway was fenced off. So Alabama, Mississippi could easily do that, and there wouldn't be so much roadkill. I don't know why they don't do that. It's weird. And then there was 100 miles of icy roads in Arizona. That was quite stressful. Oh my god. Especially yeah, icy. It was snowing in Arizona and New Mexico. So I left New Mexico, and when I got to Arizona, I was like 50 miles in, and then I rested. And when I because it was cold and it was late and it was snowing and stuff. So when I rested and went to the motel and stuff, in the morning I woke up. Because every morning I left at 6 a.m. or around 6 a.m. One day I left at 5:30 because I needed to get driving, and it was snowing in the morning, and I was like, oh no. Because it was supposed to snow. It's like some storm that was coming over, and it's crazy because the day I was driving through most of New Mexico, I think the day before in Oklahoma they had a tornado warning or watch or something. They had tornadoes or something, and I had just left there, and it must be some storm going between Oklahoma, like the path I was going. They were trying to kill me. They were out to get me. The weather, tornadoes. I didn't see any tornadoes. Luckily, I left, but I went through that storm, and that storm sort of is still here, I guess. Yeah. Oh my God. I thought I made it out alive when I got to California, but man, there's this one route in California in the south of San Jose. I think it's CA 65 it had a 5 in the end, or CA 85 maybe. It was a road that weaves in and out of mountains, multiple mountains, declines, inclines. Oh my God, I was just like, I was thinking, like, if I was a truck driver, like an actual, like those giant semis, I would be thinking, like, is it really worth it? Because, one mistake and you easily die on those mountains. And I was just like, there's no way people, like, there's gotta be an easier method for this road. They've got to have created, there's got to be an easier engineering method of doing this, because I can't imagine that it's crazy. But the view is beautiful. That's probably why they do it. There's so many places where you could stop, and that's the issue, is because I wanted to stop at some places, but because I was in a U-Haul, it takes a lot longer to slow down. And you can't really stop on those, so I just had to kept going. I wish I could have stopped though and taken a lot of pictures, because the view, like the Windows XP background, like with the mountains, it sort of looks like that. Like it just looked pretty, and there's just so many. It's cool scenery, which is probably why they do it like that. But for trucks and semis, there's got to be an easier, safer method. That's a suicide mission. I couldn't comprehend why it's like that. And especially if you have to go slow, but you also have to go on an incline, that's annoying. Because then you really got to start pushing the gas. But yeah, the drive was expensive. Oh, I know about the truck lane. It's the right lane. But the issue, and this is the issue, the right lane is dangerous. Because all the road, some states, they repave the road for a few miles, which is good. But some states, those roads just go boop, 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 boop. I'm just like, there's no way. This is the truck lane. Why is it like this? Oh my God. I wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I wanted to go, But the issue was it was 100 miles off a detour. And the other issue was I didn't have enough time and the weather conditions were very bad. Like, I don't think I would have survived going there. Because it was in the storm. So I decided I wasn't going to go. It's unfortunate because I would have had time to go, but the weather conditions prevented that. And that's unfortunate. I did see, I think, Route 66. They had a lot of historic Route 66 things, and I went to one of them because I was like, I don't know. I know Route 66 is popular. I thought, I don't know. I took some pictures. I gotta go through, sort my pictures out, and because most of my pictures, literally, I'm driving like this. Hold on. Let me show you. I'd have my camera open like this because I can open my my phone with my thumb. Yeah, I took 40. Yeah. And I was driving, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a cool scenery." I just do this, take the picture, and that's it. I just like, boop, boop, boop. I'd be taking pictures like this, not even looking, and just be use the volume to take the picture, and just hope it's a good picture. And then there's sometimes I had to use the 3x zoom because for some reason, and I don't understand, the 1x zoom on the phone, like the normal picture, it feels like you're more zoomed out because my eyes could see the full picture. But with the phone camera lens, it seems like it's zoomed out like a lot more on the normal, and I was so confused. So I had to use the 3x zoom for some pictures to get to what I wanted. And I wish I could have used the Galaxy, but I was so glad I bought this phone because this was the GPS holder, or the GPS, because they don't make phone holders for this that hold the phone. They don't have them. In stores, at least. I didn't really look online, but even like folded, it doesn't stay. So I had to cough up $30 or something to get one for this, and so glad I did that. It was unfortunate because this would have had a lot better pictures. This phone just kind of 40 is on 1,200 miles on I-40. I was like, that's crazy. Like, there are some roads that were like 200 miles, 300 miles, but 40, from when I started, it was 1,200. It probably goes a lot longer than that. Just memory. Yeah, I wanted to go. The weather conditions, though. Maybe I'll go sometime, some point. I'll probably just, I don't know, because even Vegas is quite a few hours away. But if I probably go on a weekend, figure it out. I'd have to organize it. But yeah. And then let me think what else happened. There was the snow. There was this, in California. I was driving the day that I got here, or the night before I got here or something. I was driving, and one of the signs says "Turn headlights on." So I turned my headlights on. I hate driving at night. I absolutely hate driving at night, and I avoid it as much as I can because even though I wear glasses, I just can't do it. My eyes still can't read it. And these glasses I got this year, or like a few months ago. Should have stopped by Dark's house. No. But like driving at night, it's just too much for me, and I don't like doing it. But I had my headlights on, and there were cars in the opposite direction that were just flashing their headlights on and off at me, trying to blind me, trying to get me into a car crash. It's like, why are they upset at me? The sign said, "Turn your headlights on." I could barely see to begin with, so those headlights actually helped. And I was just like, there's these people are trying to kill me. I just couldn't I couldn't comprehend it. I know the headlights for them are blinding them, but at the same time, why are they flashing theirs at me? Had his high beam on. Isn't the high beam the headlight? No? I thought... No? Oh, that's probably why. I thought it was the headlights. Oh my god. I thought I had the headlights on. A truck, there was another road where I had the headlight, or I guess the high beams on, and a truck, I passed a truck, and the truck was mad for some reason, the truck, and he went into my lane, flashed his high beams on, and I was just like, almost blind. I was like, oh my god, people are petty. And that was in California. All the other roads, all the other states were fine. Road rage. Yeah. California is very, you gotta navigate to drive. That's the one thing I do hate about this state is anywhere you drive, you're on the freeway, the highway, like it's just like kind of stupid. It's like 1 second you're on the road, next second you're on the highway or the freeway. You know, I don't freeway, highway, they're all the same to me. But it's just so weird. And the roads in California are just not it either. They need to be repaved. They need to be... That's another thing. There was you know how the truck lane's on the right lane? Because of the roads going on the right lane, most of the times when it did that, I instantly just went to the left lane. I was not risking a wheel being popped or being flat or whatever. I was so surprised I didn't pop a wheel. I was like, there's some of these I was like, I was like, oh my god, I had to brace it. It was just so terrible. And then it's the crazy part too, is that's the truck lane. That's the issue. I was like, fuck the law, fuck the sign, I'm gonna just go in the left lane. I'm not risking it. Oh my god. So that was the drive. And then the apartment is nice. I set up one desk. The internet set up finally, got set up today, and the Ethernets don't work. But I put in a maintenance request, which was nice because as soon as I put in the maintenance request, the person that he helped me like with all the whole process, the apartment process and stuff. As soon as I sent that email, he called me. He's like, sure, we'll put in a maintenance request and all this and all that. And I was like, holy shit, I've never had this great support service in my life. I've never at school, they could give two fucks about the internet and all that. And Ethernet not working because the ISP didn't. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. Because the panel doesn't make sense to me. Because there's phone stuff and there's Ethernet stuff, but all the wall ports for the Ethernet say Cat 5e, which is the 1 gig, but the 2 gig is for this Cat 6. But there's a Cat 6 plug in the... Most people on Wi-Fi, yeah. There's a Cat 6 in the panel, like a thing. So I connected from the router to that, but there's no Cat 6 on the walls. So I'm just like, I don't know. Because when I did it from the router to my laptop direct, it worked. So I said, like, I don't think these ports are working. And I even asked, like, do I need to set up an appointment with AT&T again to coordinate with the ports? Because for some reason they have phone ports here. Like, who's using phone port nowadays? ISP 100% needs to fix it. I'll find out. They're coming tomorrow, or not the ISP. They're put in, whoever the maintenance people are. He's put in a request and they're gonna come tomorrow. I'm like, Jesus, that's so quick. But yeah, if they say the ISP needs to fix it, then I'll have to set up another appointment with them, which isn't that bad. It's just it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's a cat 6 in there, but there's no cat 6 on the walls. So I'm just like, where's it going? What's this even plugged into? This is so weird. But yeah, but the internet on its own is fine for now. I would like the Ethernet though, because when I did it direct, I was like, ooh, this is nice. I need to get a new laptop or a new computer. I need to get a few things before I get that though. Because I have already, I need to get a bookshelf. That's the next thing I'm looking at to get. Because I have, in like 2 boxes, I got books from like books I like, programming books. I'll just go to IKEA. Yeah, let me see if there's one even nearby. Because there's a ton of the nearest. Oh, hold on, let me just. Nearest IKEA is 24 miles away. 24 miles. That's quite a hike. I might just look on their site. But even then, they might not even mail to me. But there's this place called Fairway, and it's sort of like the same thing. It's a furniture store thing, but it's more for like online. And I have to look on there because like I said, I have like 2 boxes of just books. I didn't realize I had so many books. I was like, Jesus, I'm ready to read. And then the crazy part is, I'm probably not even gonna read those books ever again. You know, that's the thing. Is like it's so weird just having books just sitting there. It's like I could get rid of them, but you know, I don't know. And then the TV. I don't know if I can show. The TV over there is in the box, and hold on. The hell? It's in the box, and it's a big TV. My mom, I don't know, she gave me the TV that she had in the new house. I guess she didn't need. I guess she got a new one, and I want to set it up here. So there's TV. I want to set up the TV here, but I need to set up the second. I don't know how I want to do this layout yet, and bro, why is my camera thing there? I put together one desk because while I was waiting for the internet person to come, I was like, I might as well just put together the desk, the one that I had built in my room. And so I put it together. Took me like 2 hours, 3 hours, which isn't that bad. And all the pieces were here too. That's good. And I still have the second desk to set up, but I need to figure out positioning because I can show this here. So I got a desk here, which it's kind of hard to show like that without the collab cam here. Oops, sorry. Hold on. I put, and then I got this other corner here that I wanted to put the other desk, but I also, thing is though, if I put a TV, I also need a couch or something. But then I need to figure out like space between because I don't want the couch to be right in front of the TV either. So there's that. I was thinking because I'm gonna have 2 workstations, my work IBM work stuff over there, and then my music site stuff work over here, and then I guess I don't know because my bedroom is pretty big. Yeah. That's the issue. Cause I'm very impatient. I'm so like, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. Like tomorrow I'm going to the DMV. My mom's like, you got time? You don't have to get like your license and car stuff set up instantly. I'm just like, I just want to get it done while I can, because when it comes to scheduling things or doing things when I'm working full time, it's gonna be such a pain to figure out. I just want to get it done while I have these 2 weeks. It'd be a lot easier for me. And I tried to go on a DMV site. It's so confusing. I couldn't figure it out. Like they don't have a section for like, or I couldn't find a section for moving to California. Here's what to do. I'm just like, I even tried calling them. The automated systems are just not it. Those automated systems on the phones, I just need them, all these automated systems, to have a section that says press 9 to talk to a person directly, and just have that, because some of these just, I just need a person to talk to, you know? It isn't such a straight menu option, and it's so annoying. So I'm just driving there. I have a feeling that I'm gonna drive there, they're gonna tell me all these things. Oh, do it online, do this, do that, and I'm just like, all right, and drive back. And then I made a list, a grocery shopping list. I tweeted it earlier. And Xavier, if you're still watching, tell me what spices or seasonings, not spices, seasonings. Tell me what seasonings I need. Because I don't know. The only seasonings I know is salt and pepper. Paprika? I don't know. But the one thing I noticed when I went grocery shopping is like, I was like thinking to myself, like, what do I like? Oh, it's just like some of these brands or some of these things be like, no artificial flavoring, low fat, fat free. I'm just like, what do I usually eat? What do I have like at home? Like, I was thinking like, what do I usually get? I don't, or what am I normally eating? I never second guessed it until I looked at it. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to the store, get most of the stuff off that list. And then tomorrow, I want to make sure I have every day sort of eventful of like getting things done. Because, you know, I don't want to take these 2 weeks free. I want to actually get stuff done. And so tomorrow, going to DMV, going to get groceries, going to, I bought containers from Lowe's, and I'm gonna put all the stuff in these boxes, in the containers that are just like stuff that I don't want to display, because there's a lot of stuff that I kept from my childhood that I'm just like, I don't want to display it, but you know, I want to keep it. And so I'm just gonna put it in the containers so I can get rid of these boxes and then put the containers in the closet. And then I need to get like a clothes dresser or a clothes drawer or whatever for my room or for the closet part of the room, because I have a lot of clothes also that I need to organize. I finally got my jeans. Oh my god, my jeans were packed up. Everything was packed up for mostly 8 months, and my jeans were packed up, and I was freezing. I was in shorts in New Mexico and Arizona, freezing, because I didn't have my jeans because they were in the box. I didn't know what box at the time. But yeah. And I need to get a new chair. This chair, something with these wheels. I think they're like, something with these wheels got messed up. I think they either need to be lubricated or I don't know. Something with them messed up, because I can't roll around freely, which is kind of annoying. That's what I want to do. It's just roll around. I did my hair yesterday. WD, yeah, I should have got that at Lowe's. I'm probably gonna head back there anyways tomorrow or something. I went to Target, and oh my god, I went to Target because I needed to see if they had a Cat 6 Ethernet cord, because I got a ton of Ethernet cords actually from Lowe's. I bought like 4 different. I bought 2 Cat 6 and 2 Cat 5Es just to have them, but at Target they didn't have any. But Target was so empty. Like, they had like almost everything on the shelves were gone, and I asked the person, I asked them if they had any Cat 6. He said no, and I said the store looks pretty empty. He's like, yeah, people were like preparing for the hurricane and stuff, for the storm, and I'm just like thinking, I didn't tell him, but I was thinking like, but why are like all the video games and all the like non-necessities all empty? What are they preparing for? Prepare. I was so confused on like some of the stuff that was gone. I was like, nearly all those video games are gone though. Nearly all like the electronic stuff, like it was. I mean, there was other stuff that were gone too, mostly gone. But I was just thinking like, it felt so weird that like he said that. I was like, they must have just, I don't know. That store must have just had some low shipments, or they must have missed a few trucks, because I just couldn't comprehend it. I was like, what? It felt so weird because a lot of the video games there were gone. I was like, interesting. Because I wanted to see if they had once I get the TV stuff set up, I want to get a PS5. No, not even a PS5. I'll probably get an Xbox actually. Because that Xbox Game Pass kind of goated. So I'll probably figure that out. But you know, I know I'm going to get that and play it a few times and never touch it again. You know how that is. Me, when I bought Fighters, and I only played it when I bought it. I need to set up so there's a corner over here. It's like a little wall indent over here. And I don't know, I think I'm gonna put the bookshelf over there. But I also don't know what else I want to put over there. Because I was originally thinking, oh, I'll put the desk there. But then I was like, that won't look good next to the door. Like, it'll be blocking the door stuff. And so I was like, I put the desk here in this like L-shaped whatnot. But I'm probably gonna put I don't know, it's such a weird indent over there that I just like, I'll figure it out. I know I need to put a bookshelf somewhere. But so I'll probably go there. But there's also a place next to my room. There's like another little indent that I could put some smaller shelf there. The bathroom is huge too. I could put a lot of shit in the bathroom, but that's a bar. Hold on, I could put a lot of shit in the bathroom. Okay. Oh my god. I got the drill. For some reason yesterday got In-N-Out, and then I ate the burgers were fine. But then I ate those fries, and then I realized why I hate In-N-Out. I forgot. Those fries were terrible. But tonight I got it, and I didn't get the fries. I just got the burger. Because I was like, I need to eat less, because I weighed myself, and I was like 208. I was like, ooh. It's probably due to the drive and being at home for a bit, but I need to eat less. And then I need to figure out like once I get sort of settled in, I need to figure out my day to day, because they have a gym here, and I want to start using that. What happened to the music? But yeah, I got a lot of I got a lot of stuff that I didn't think I'd be ever get. Like, there's some stuff I called my mom. Like, I asked her like, what brand should I get, because I know she would know. 'Cause I asked her about laundry detergent. I was like, what brand should I get? Because usually she buys one and just hands it to me. I'm like, all right. But like, I was looking at them and I was like, I don't know what I should get. Like, which one's like, cause she would know which one's the better one. You know, I could easily just grab one off the shelf and call it a day. But I wanted to make sure I had like, you know, good one. And she said, anything but Tide. And I was like, oh. And then I looked at the prices for Tide. Tide is like $25. I was like, holy shit. It's expensive. Because it's the name brand, that's why. I got Scrub Daddies. I got these Scrub Daddies. I got the Scrub Daddy sponges and the Scrub Daddy, the original one. Because I was like, I always wanted one. Scrub Daddy looks fun. I need to get, I still need to get some stuff done. I need to get wipes. Oh my god. I have a whole list. Every time I think, like, you know, I'm done, I'm not. And then I'll probably get the bookshelf this weekend. The issue is I need to have it mailed here, because unless it's like assembled, or no, unless I can assemble it and, you know, put it in my car, I wouldn't even be able to, because it's got the back flat or something. And so the issue with that is my car is small, so I wouldn't have space for it, so I would need it to be mailed here, which Safeway does that. Fairway does that. They can mail things. And my parents gave me $250 gift card to Fairway for one of the graduation or Christmas gifts, I can't remember, and I'm waiting for that because I don't know, I didn't get the email for it. But as for the computer setup, I don't want to set up everything yet, because I have a feeling that I'm gonna change a lot of the stuff, and I need to make sure those monitors made it safely. I know none of them have cracks in them, which I'm surprised. I was like thinking, like, you know, if this monitor could get here safely from that truck going do 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 throughout like a lot of those miles, I was like, then there's got to be a safer way for those to have been mailed to me when I mailed it from Florida to California that one time. They must have thrown it. There's no other explanation that they threw those boxes, because there's no way that those survived in a truck, and the ones mailed through a plane couldn't get to me safely. I was like, I was amazed. I was like, they've got to have just hoped for the best. They said, Kobe, and chuck that hoe. I don't know, man. That shit was crazy. And then they packed people packed the other monitors, like the ones I was using before I got these, and I didn't tell them not to. But I saw they did, and I was like, I can use them at some point. The issue is one of them's like only, I think 720p, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of trashy. But I need to figure out computer setup, because like I said, I was gonna have two setups here. I'm gonna have a setup for my work and a setup for music site work. But I also want to have a setup for gaming. I say gaming, you know, I'm gonna touch that setup like once for gaming and use it for YouTube or whatnot. And I guess the setup for the compute work for the what am I saying? For the music site stuff is gonna also be the streaming one. I mean, I guess they could both be streaming. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I gotta wait for. And that's the issue, like you said, Kos, is furnishing the apartment it takes a while. And I'm impatient. I'm like, oh my god, I want to get things done now. And I was gonna originally, because I emailed the person that was helping me with the apartment stuff, I emailed him asking about mounting the TV on the wall, because I originally was gonna get a stand for it and just put it on like a tabletop thing, but I'm not sure, because I think it'd be better if I mounted it, because, you know, it would give something on the wall, like, you know, some use. But I need to I need to look online to see who can install and do the installation for it, because he said that if I did it that way, there's certain, they don't want holes bigger than a quarter, And there's certain things that he also wants us to do, such as like marking the indents of like where the holes are and stuff with some certain things. So he said like just get some professional or someone to do it. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably look for that this weekend, but not do it for some time because I need to figure out because I also want to set up with the TV. There's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of wires and a lot of stuff that I need to get that are just so expensive. Like these Ethernet cords all together just costed $100. That's like, this is crazy. Because I need to get another one of those things, that thing that I got where I can put in multiple HDMIs and stuff in there to further extend the monitors and the Ethernet in there. I need to get another one of those because I wanted to. I don't know if they. Let me check real quick. Do they have Ethernet splitters? Let me check. Ethernet splitter. Do they have an Ethernet splitter for Cat 6 though? Amazon Ethernet splitter. Yeah, wait, hold on. Is this? They have an Ethernet splitter here, but... Oh wait, hold on. Please note, only support one computer connect to the internet at a time. Then that's not an Ethernet splitter. What? If it can only connect to the internet at one time, that's not an Ethernet splitter. That's a joke. It says this is not a switch. Two devices cannot access the internet at the same time. When one device is working, the other device cannot work. So there's no such thing as an Ethernet splitter then. I would just need to get hopefully if they come and fix well the issue is the router only has one Cat 6, so it doesn't really matter. But if they can fix the Ethernet ports, then I can route one from over there to the setup over here. Because I do want my IBM work stuff to have Ethernet connected, but I also want my personal work stuff to be Ethernet connected. So there's an issue here, and there's two, and that's the confusing part is that wall over there, like that plug right there below it. There's two Ethernet ports and then a coaxial cable for like the TV and stuff, and the two, I was thinking like, cause they have phone ports for the that look like Ethernet ports, which I think, you know, society should have made that a bit different, made it easier. Bro, what the fuck is this? A dumbass bot. I banned him. It doesn't matter. Got him out of here. That's the first time I've really experienced a bot and like just on Twitch. On YouTube I had bots and I had to fix that. Surprised Twitch even has bots anymore. How they not have like gone around this? And like regardless of like your Twitch settings having to say like oh, users should be email verified, that should be automatically a thing that Twitch does. It shouldn't be a setting on the user end. It should be a setting that Twitch does overall, that your email should be verified, because that would be one step like harder to automate for these bots to verify emails, because then they have to automate creating email accounts. Like it's literally like crazy like that. And it's not easy, I would say, to I wouldn't say it's not easy, but it's not some it would make it harder. But yeah. But like I said, I have once I don't know how long it will be until I can do an official tour. Bro, oh my god. Shofu streaming. Shofu streaming. Oh, it's 7. Oh yeah, because I'm on the eastern, not eastern. I'm on the west coast. West Coast, gang gang. Is it Snoop Dogg from the West Coast, I think. But yeah, it's 7 o'clock over here. That means it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, which is nice for me because I can finally watch Shofu streams at a reasonable time. It feels so nice. Don't have to wait till 10 p.m. for a Shofu stream, or 11 p.m. or whatever. Yeah. There's not very much else to talk about, I guess. I don't know. If anyone has questions, feel free to ask. It's probably gonna be like, I guess I'll stream tomorrow, building the desk. Because I guess that will be something, be interesting, something to do, talk to people. I can go through, I can put the stuff in the boxes or the containers. Because I do have some stuff over here, and I need to I was going through, like, I want to start, I said this on a YouTube stream earlier. I want to start a new hobby of collecting CDs, not vinyls, because collecting vinyls is too cliche. I think it's very common for people to collect vinyls that I'm just like, it's not something that seems interesting to me. I want to collect CDs because first of all, it's more. I'd say it's more because I think it's more common to find a vinyl player than a CD player, because vinyls are very big still. I know people think vinyls are dying out, but vinyls have been an uptick in sales and usage. But CDs, I want to collect CDs and music, and I've had this idea of how I want to have a. Maybe I could put that there. But I'd have the bookshelf in the middle, but on the sides, I want to get CD. I need to see what they have for CDs on shelves, because I want to start, and it's going to be an expensive hobby, because CDs, they range from like $10 to $25 sometimes. And I want to get CDs of all kinds though, not just hip hop, CDs of any artist. So like I'd first go to like a store, look at the CDs, just grab the ones I know I don't have, but I need to create then a list, or figure out a site, or create a site to keep track of these, so that way I can check them off, which will be interesting to create. There's a lot of things I want to create. I've had a few invention ideas that aren't programming related, and with those, I've always wanted, before I did programming, I've always wanted to do engineering, like building things, because I thought it was so cool to just build things, and that turned out to be a lot harder than I thought, and it isn't cheap either, because there's, when it comes to building things, you gotta know physics, math, soldering, cabling, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, just overall engineering. Like, it's just so much with programming, you know, you just program. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I shifted to programming. It's easier. But I want to get a 3D printer because that, you know, that's also a form of engineering nowadays. But it's just some 3D printers are relatively cheap, $500. You could get a cheap one. The most extreme ones go from 1,000 to 2,000. But most of the 3D printers' expenses come from the plastic or whatever you use to 3D print with. That's expensive already. But I don't know, 3D printer might be interesting, but I have a feeling like I'm not gonna. There's a lot of stuff I think would be cool to do, but I'm not gonna do. And that's the one thing I was thinking of when I was driving. I was like, you know, if it wasn't programming, like what would my other jobs be? Like when people say, what would you do if you weren't programming? Like what would your other alternative universe be? And I was thinking I'd be a teacher for one of them because I like history. History is one of my favorite. I still love it because history is like one of those things, you know, I see something from like 20 years ago. 20 years ago is not that long. What the hell's going on? My phones are just going crazy over here. 20 years ago is not that long. So when I see something that 20 years ago looks old, I'm just like, it blows my mind that things were like this. Like when I went at one of the stops, they had a free little museum, and I took videos of it. And there's so much like history stuff there, of like they had stuff like what an old gas station pump looked like. And it just blew my mind that shit looked like this. It's the thing I already knew things looked like that, like from movies, shows, and all that, and other museums. But it just still blows my mind that things were like that. Just like it's not even like old though. It'd be like from 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. I'm just like, that's crazy to think about. And then when you see stuff from hundreds of years ago, oh my god, it just blows my mind. I just love history. I think history is more fun than looking at the future, because looking at the future goals, you know, they're more so expectations rather than realistic goals. Because, you know, people always say in the future we're going to have flying cars. They've been saying that for 30 years now. We don't even have them. And it's one thing to think about like what the future is gonna entail, but the issue with that is you can't predict it. There's nothing to really. It's just a thought. With history, it's set in stone. Pun intended. It's literally there. History is done. And that's why I think, like I like working on my music site and stuff, because it's sort of, you know, once I add a song to the site, it's there, it's set, it's done, it's history. History, the past, the present. I don't even care about the future. And then I was thinking about what other jobs I would do if it wasn't for being a teacher. Because I think for teacher, I would also do engineering. I've been wanting to do thinking programming teacher, engineering teacher, some form of that. I think that would be something that I would have been doing. And then I was thinking like other jobs that I would do, and I know like, because obviously I probably would have been a data analyst. That probably would have been a realistic profession. But I had another one, I can't think of it now, of like what I would do for a job if it wasn't programming. It was I can't remember. Oh my god, I had all these thoughts on the road. I should have just voice memoed it. But yeah. Now that I have internet, I can do internet stuff. There's not very much else to talk about, like I said. If people need to, oh, you know what I should probably do? I don't know what I need to do. I need to get that thing. People have any questions? If people are still here, who knows? I don't know. Let's see. What does this say? Viewers. Some active viewers and chatters in the community. It says there's 4, but see, I don't understand Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch in a minute. I know they did change some stuff around here. Like they have my follower goal there. God knows why that still set to 120. But yeah, I don't know what the Twitch. I know YouTube. I'm trying to think of the drama stuff I've been missing out. I know the Logan Paul drama, the scams and stuff. That man Logan Paul hired 5 scammers, and not 5 scammers, 5 hacks of criminals, and he said this is the A team, and said we got he literally said he hired criminals, fully knowing they're criminals. I couldn't, when I saw that, his response, the 7-minute response video to CoffeeZilla, when he said, "You're wrong, he's actually a criminal," I was just like, what? I was like, bro, there's no way. The man admitted to hiring a criminal fully knowing. Maybe he didn't know at the time, but like he knew at some point, because you know, he was mentioning it, and I was like, this is crazy. I was like, oh my god. And then he did an hour podcast, which I'm probably gonna watch either Ludwig's. I'm gonna probably watch both Ludwig's and Moist Critical's response. I think they made a response about the podcast. Maybe I'll watch the podcast itself. I don't think I'll watch the Impulsive podcast because it's gonna be very one-sided. So to get both sides of offensive and defensive, I'd most likely watch Ludwig's and Moist Critical's point of view, because it doesn't help me, you know, Logan Paul embellishing his lies and saying like, you know, all this stuff and making it feel like he's the good guy when he's not. And I think he's going all out on his lies and his stance because he knows he can't. I think he knows he kind of fucked up, but apparently he recorded that podcast before that video, so that would be interesting to see. And then what else? OTK. Oh my god. OTK's in the mud yet again. They finally responded about Miss Kiv, which I think honestly they could have ignored the Miss Kiv response and just forgot about it, just not even meant to bring it back up. And I think people would have moved on. But the fact that the OTK put out a response, which I guess they felt like they had to, or maybe they said they would, I just don't understand it. They made things worse for them with that response. I don't know like who vetted that response and gave the green light to post it, but they should be fired, because that made things a lot worse for OTK. And they dropped Jay Schlatt. I guess his contract or whatever was up, and he didn't want to renew it, which good, because OTK was not helping him at all. He was the content for OTK, and he himself is content, but OTK is not in a good position right now. So I think OTK, we're not going to see much of them this year. What else happened? The YouTube drama. YouTube introduced a new a new new system rule, automated rule underneath the rug during New Year's, Christmas. They said no, 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 no more curse words, and a lot of people's videos got demonetized, which I'm not surprised. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. It surprises me that YouTube still does this, like this type of updates, and then sees feedback and then says no, 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 hold on, and then fixes it. It's like, how do they not? Do they not learn? Does no one there learn about these issues? It's rinse and repeat every month, every year. Like they introduce a system, a new rule, and they release it and then fix it, rather than give information. They did that for one thing, where they gave information and then said, where this is the update going forward. And I think, oh no, they did that twice. They did that with the kids content. Can't remember. They did that with the kids content. That's a COPPA, and then they did that with some other update where they said going forward this is how it's gonna be. But when it comes to just big changes, they don't communicate enough. And the issue is they put it under an automated system without any communication to the users, and then there's issues. But to say that I'm not surprised, I would be lying. Or no, to say that I'm surprised, I would be lying, because I'm not surprised. They do this, every company does this. And that's the issue. Communication is key. And I think any company that like really wants to, keep their core fan base or user base, with them, you got to communicate with them. And that's the issue that a lot of these sites don't do. They don't communicate with their users. They just think it's a good idea and release it because of the advertisers, the investments, they have to do this, they have to do that. But then when it turns on the users and the users turn on you, then it backfires on the investors and the advertisers. So it doesn't make sense, It doesn't make sense. I think YouTube needs to rethink. They need to do this for a lot of things. But when it comes to the YouTubers, though, I don't know why a lot of YouTubers act surprised that YouTube still does shit like this. This is nothing new. YouTube does this all the time. So I kind of get it a little bit. I know it's frustrating for YouTubers, but I also get a bit frustrated when YouTubers get so surprised. It's honestly just another case of YouTube not communicating with people. It's nothing new. You think this is bad, just wait what they do in the next 2 months. Like it's really gonna just be the same shit. It's they have not learned, and they will not learn. So that's why I think, and this is my ignorance, that YouTubers, streamers should not see it as a full-time job. They should see it as an investment. They should see it as a temporary job, like an internship. Like, they should not think streaming and making videos as a full-time job is gonna be like lifelong, because it's not a guaranteed pay. It's not a guaranteed job. It's not a guaranteed like job in terms of sense, like not sense, in terms of length. Like, you aren't set to say make videos for a year unless you have a special contract, but even then that isn't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed because YouTube themselves can fuck up your contract. If you have a contract with YouTube to stream or to make videos or whatnot, I'm sure their policy changes can easily fuck up what you're doing despite that contract, and they don't care. And Twitch is the same way. So it's not something that these streamers and content creators need to look at guaranteed. Unless they have millions already and can live lavishly on their own, then, then it's whatever. But a lot of these creators, they having 100,000 subs, and they're like, this is my job, this is my career. Like, no, it isn't. It isn't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed, and I think that's where my ignorance comes in. Is because unless you have a backup plan, shut up. Like, that's why I think, like, when I worked at Five Guys, people were like, oh, I'm gonna quit, and I was like thinking, what's your backup plan? If you quit now, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, and they're like, I don't know. I'm like, then don't quit. Don't quit unless you have something else to do. It never made sense to me. Like, don't just stick through it while you look for some other job. Don't quit and then look for a job. It just doesn't make sense to me why people did that at Five Guys. And some of them took my advice. Some of them just quit. Some of them got fired because they're just terrible workers. But at Five Guys, but it just never made sense to me on why people. And when content creators, when people say, why don't they just go get a real job? A lot of these content creators have no backup plan. That's the issue. And that's what they're complaining about, is because they weren't prepared for they weren't prepared for YouTube's mistakes or for Twitch's mistakes, but they should be. It's well known that YouTube and Twitch are not guaranteed jobs at this point. Maybe back in 2010 and 2012 and all that, but post 2015, it's not guaranteed. It has never been a guaranteed job. Because with all these changes that they make and all these updates that they do, all your videos could be demonetized tomorrow. So you should never see it as guaranteed anything. You could say that with a normal job, nothing is guaranteed, but as long as you're doing your job, you get paid. With YouTube, you could do your job and not get paid because of YouTube's fault. With your job, it's not on you. Well, no, it's on you, but it's not on the company changes. Unless they do layoffs, that's a whole different story. But it's different. It's very different when you have an actual job versus YouTube and Twitch streaming. It's very different. And I think it's very ignorant for a lot of these content creators and whatnot to feel entitled to this job when it was never guaranteed to begin with. They knew what they were signing up for. They know all the issues YouTube has and Twitch has and that they've always had. It's an issue that will never stop, and to think that you're entitled to it is kind of crazy. Because I don't understand these streamers, or these smaller streamers have no chance on Twitch. Let's be real. But even on YouTube, but these content creators on YouTube, the people who make videos, they gain a few 100,000 subs, few thousand subs, whatever. But then they're like, they let that get to them. They're like, okay, now I could quit my real job and do this for a living. No, a lot of YouTubers, I can't remember which ones. I think Moist Critical and another one said, like, until you can, like, pay off your monthly expenses for, like, from YouTube revenue, and then some have like an extra 1,000 or maybe 2,000 after that, then you could consider quitting your real job. But I think they said, like, don't quit your real job if you're only meeting like dead ends, like if you're reaching zero on your monthly expenses from YouTube rev, because then it's not guaranteed. Even then it's not guaranteed. But it's always something that you have to look at. It's an opportunity chance. If you stream and do content creation and stuff, it's opportunity based. You got to take your chance, take your choice, make your decision. But at the end of the day, always think about what you're gonna do if this doesn't work out. And a lot of these content creators, they have nothing. They don't do anything. And that's the issue that I think, like, a lot of these content creators who don't go to college, who don't go to school, finish school, who never had work field experience, it's like, it's it isn't because of it isn't because of YouTube and Twitch's fault that your job wasn't guaranteed. It's your fault. You should have finished school. You should have finished college. If you're a Twitch streamer and you're getting money and stuff, you got the money. Finish school. Like, use the money that you're getting to finish school. Like, I don't know. I just find it very upsetting to see these people feel so entitled. That's why I am ignorant to them. And that's why I don't feel like a lot of people deserve these jobs for content creation, because it isn't, I wouldn't say deserve, I think I'm wording this wrong. How would I put this? How would I put this? They don't deserve to feel that it's guaranteed. Like, you know, it's one thing, you make your money, at the end of the day, okay. In a month, you make enough, okay. But that also at the end of the day, it could be gone tomorrow. So I think, and to be honest, like personally, for example, let's say a normal job for me, if my normal job ended tomorrow, I have sort of a plan of what I would do personally. And that's just me personal. I would honestly get a job, another job. I have experience, so it's very different from my case, but I'd get another job. But I would also pursue what I want to do, try and do that full time, which is my music site. And that's another thing, it's like, it's a risk I would have to take. It's a thing, but it's more of like, I would still get a job though. Go get a job, because it's one thing to work on what I want to do all day, every day, but it's another thing to want to step away from that. There's so many streamers need a break and stuff. I think the thing is with these streamers, what stops them from getting a 9 to 5 and then just streaming at the end of the day? I know people would be tired and stuff, but like, you stream 3 hours a day, you're good. You don't have to do, you literally could do nothing. A lot of streamers do nothing on stream and they get thousands of viewers, but the issue is streaming is not guaranteed. Video creation, it's so easy to do nowadays. It's so lackluster of what you can do to get popular. You can do nothing and get popular off of TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all this, that it's easy, which I think creates a lot of ignorance because it's so easy, which I think is an issue. I think TikTok is an issue. It's created corrupted minds. I'm just rambling, not really doing much right now. What do I need to do? Not much I can really talk about anymore. I don't know if people watched the VOD. I just kind of rambled on. I had some other thoughts too. I can't remember when I was driving. That wasn't a thought I was having driving that I was just talking about. That was just me rambling. Oh, I was going through YouTube drama, or just internet drama. I saw the Skip, what's his name? Skip Bayless. I saw what he said about the football player. That shit was stupid. I know he worded what he wanted to say wrong. And I feel like what he said was sort of how I would word something and then be like confused about why people are upset, like because he worded it wrong. And I do that a lot when it comes to a lot of takes. I word them, the way I word it is very ignorant and very looks bad, but what I picture in my head is like, I don't think, like, I don't know, some things I can't word out. And if I did try and word it out, it wouldn't make sense. What else happened these past few days? A lot happened in the first week of January. Holy shit. Apparently it's Eminem streaming week. Whatever. I saw that on Twitter. I don't know what that means, but I guess they're trying to pump up his numbers for the beginning of the year. Eminem's rumored to drop an album. I don't even know who's dropping albums. I haven't looked at anything music related. I know... Who is it from TDE that dropped on fucking Christmas week? Fuck, who was it that dropped from TDE? Oh, I think I know his name, but I think... I have to look him up. Is it, is it Absol? I think it was Absol, right? Let's see. Wait, what? Where is it? Could have sworn it was, Wait, Doichi dropped an album. How did it chart? Pretty sure it's Absol that dropped an album. Yeah, he did. It's right here. Oh, wait, that album just... Yeah, Absol dropped an album. It didn't do well. People were surprised. I'm not surprised it didn't do well. He dropped, it said December 16th. No one's expecting music albums to come out at the end of the year like that. So no one's really looking for them. Especially hip hop and rap. That's why a lot of music artists don't drop in December. I think Eminem dropped in December, but you know, that's Eminem. That's a whole different case. But a lot of music artists don't drop because there's no reason to. No one's looking for music. Because you got the holidays, you got all this other stuff. People are off from work, vacations and stuff. Like, it isn't... People got midterm or finals. So it's not like a lot of music stuff is like... And so when it comes to first week sales, it's like, what do you expect? You're getting... Even though the first week sales are going to be low, if you don't even make it, it's kind of embarrassing. Let's be real. I think he should have waited till February. And the album wasn't very promoted, let's be honest. TDE did not really promote that album. I think the issue with TDE is that Kendrick left. No one carrying TDE right now. Let's see who else they got. They got well, I guess SZA, S-Z-A, SZA's carrying TDE right now. But prior to that, Schoolboy Q ain't dropping a minute, so Schoolboy Q, this is his 4th year now, if he doesn't drop this year. Who else? Black Hippie. Isaiah Rashad, didn't he drop last year? He did. Oh, he dropped 2 years ago. My House is Burning. That did well. I don't know. Oh, Lance? Hold on. Didn't he have any... I feel like I've heard Lance Skywalker. Lance Skywalker? I thought he had a... Maybe I'm thinking of a song. I'm trying to think what else happened this past week in terms of the internet. Tesla stock continues to go down, or getting to its appropriate level. Twitter, surprisingly, nothing big has happened on Twitter for quite a while. Since the view count, which I thought he was gonna move the view count from where it is to the other side, but he still hasn't done that. But he claims there's going to be a lot of changes coming with Twitter UI this month. So we will see. Who knows? The phone verification still doesn't work. Thankfully, I still have access to my accounts. So I'm fine with it not working, but it's kind of annoying. and we'll see. They need an actual support team. They don't. Their support system's sort of automated still. So hopefully they can get back real support people. But the issue is, I know as soon as they get real people, it's going to be flooded, if not already, with support. And most of those are probably going to be deleted or just not even responded to. Closed, not even looked at. What else? Apparently there's those YouTube changes. I don't know, I saw Moist Critical made a new video. I've yet to watch it. Apparently those changes are worse than we thought. But, you know, nothing, like I said, it's nothing I personally am still going to do whatever the fuck I want on YouTube. I haven't posted in a minute because I've been busy and I've also just didn't want to post. But I also think it's kind of I forget what I was saying. That's pretty much it. I do, like, once I get my place set up, and I don't want people to think that I'm just making excuses to prolong the inevitable, I guess, of like putting things off. Because people are like, oh, you always say you're gonna do this, but you never do. But like, I truly, once I finish furnishing the apartment and getting stuff done, I do want to go to the gym, and then I'll probably start going to the gym next week, or depends on what I need to do next week. And then also depends on the weather. This weather, because apparently December is bad weather for California. So, but what else? Oh yeah, I wanted to try and socialize, to try and walk around and stuff. This morning I walked to the grocery store to just take notes of the grocery list, and then walked back. But and then earlier I was in the other building because they had Wi-Fi there, and I didn't have Wi-Fi, and I wanted Wi-Fi for an hour or two, so I was there for them. But like, there's not a lot. I don't know. There's not a lot of people here. They're like, I hope they said they're gonna start trying to do social events this year, with like COVID uplifting a bit. So I hope they do that, and I want to attend some of them because I don't know. I want to meet people. And that's why I also left the Discord, because I felt like. Well, there's a few reasons why I left the Discord. One, I needed to stay away from it. It wasn't something I wanted to be felt. Because with Discord, I feel tied to it a little bit every time I use it. I'm like, all right, every night, let's go in PC. You know, it's very hard for me to step away fully if I'm in servers that I'm very active in. And so the easiest way for me to like step away from that is to just leave those servers for a bit, because even just having I still have the app downloaded because there's some other servers that I'm slightly active in, but not really. But it's like I don't want to just uninstall the app or something. So it's easier for me to step away, and it's not something that I can just force myself to step away from, because it's such a routine thing that, you know, I open the app, the server's right there, like, you know, it's such a routine thing that I just can't. It's an addiction, I would say, or people would say, an addiction. But it isn't something that I can fix. It is something that I can fix, but also something that I sort of don't want to fix, because it's a socialization. It's probably the most socialization I get. So, you know, to just not to just try and, I don't know, it's easier for me to just leave servers. Because I've been gone for like a week or over a week maybe in those servers, and I don't know. I think it's easier for me to do that. And then another thing was that I didn't feel comfortable with. I know I overshare a lot of stuff and I talk about a lot of stuff, but sometimes I ask simple questions and people get so analyzed about like my decisions or about the question that it just annoys me sometimes. Like when I asked, AT&T and Comcast, I was just sort of comparing like the plans that they had and stuff, and people were like if I say I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like there's no telling me otherwise unless it's to educate me. But even once educated, if I still say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Some people just don't understand that. And that kind of frustrates me a little bit because it's like, what are you arguing? There's no argument. Like, you know, I'm now informed of your side, of your opinion, but I still want to go through with mine. End of story. And I don't know, I feel like in some situations it doesn't get across to be finalized, and it's just like, oh, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need this plan, you know. 1 gigabyte's enough. He doesn't want 2 gigabytes, you know. It's like, who cares? I've already made it. I understand that. I've already made the decision to get it. It's you know. And then the pinging the roll at 1 a.m. Oh my god, that threw me off. I was like, so many people were just. I think the issue is I know this, and it's a self-reflection of things that about me, is that I like to run away from my problems as best as I can, and I do that with a lot of things, and it's when I feel like so many people are ganged up on me. For me personally, I just want to step away. And that's sort of what I did. I do that in a lot of situations, and I'm sure people know that. Because it feels like a one-sided war that I can't win. I can't even fight because it's like, what am I supposed to do? But the point that I was making made sense though to me, because why would you ping a roll at 1 a.m. Eastern, knowing it was 1 a.m. just for saying we should watch? Just wait till the next morning. I just couldn't comprehend it. Most people in the server know about pinging rolls. You only do it if it's important, or if we're about to watch a show or a movie or something, or play a game or whatever. You only ping the roll during that time. Why would you ping a roll saying let's watch a show let's watch this show? Everyone who signed up to the roll does not care. You should just put it in chat generally in the morning or when people are active, so then people see it. Or just bring it up in VC. Like it just, especially at 1 a.m. You know, you could ping the roll probably, you know, I'm sure any other time would have been fine to ping the roll. But at 1 a.m., you gotta know better. Like, come on. And I don't care if I responded at 1 a.m. That's not what I'm trying to state. Even if I responded at 1 a.m., you know, even I could have been sleeping and still get pinged. It's like, but why would you still ping the roll? It just never made sense to me. To see that so many people are like on that side of like, oh, it doesn't matter. Who cares? He pinged the roll. You responded. Who cares? It's like, it just didn't make sense to me because it's like, what? How would you like it if I pinged at everyone at 2 a.m.? Would it be fine? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's the same situation. but whatever. But I just needed a break from that because that's like kind of like a tipping point of like, you know, I'm just tired because I felt like I needed a break, and I did want to take a break anyways because of the move and all that, and I'm still probably not gonna be back until February at some point because it's not healthy for me. And like I said, you know, it's easier for me to just leave the servers than just staying in them. Because, you know, staying in them is like it's like having an addiction, but like it's like having a cigarette addiction and trying to avoid it, but having cigarettes sitting right next to you. It's like, I can't do that. So the best thing for me to do is just leave the servers and come back when I'm ready. Because it just, I don't know. And I know I'm weird. I know people are gonna, you know, oh, he left the server again. Oh, it's that time of the year, time of the month again. You know, I already know I'm weird, you know, but I don't have a therapist anymore. Because the therapist that I had, I can't do therapy unless I get a new one in California. And I don't know, getting a new therapist is like, it's weird. It's one thing, I don't know, to get a therapist, like I don't know if I need one though. I know my parents think I need one, which they're probably right, but I don't know if I need one because outside of like once I start work full time and get all this stuff set up, like, you know, I will be busy majority of like 18 hours a day. So, and I won't be second guessing or double thinking of any other issue. So it's like one of those things that I'm gonna be too busy to even think about my personal life, personal issues. So that's the one thing that I like to keep myself busy with because, you know, if I'm not busy, you know, I start getting depression and like, damn, I don't really do shit in my life. But I don't know. And the other thing with therapy is when I started my therapist or started getting therapy is for an actual reason. And right now, I don't know if I have an actual reason. The socialization issue is always going to be an issue for me. I have to learn to accept it and try to overcome it best I can. It's not something that I can easily just go to therapy for because it's, you know, if they say here's an assignment and try to talk to 2 people today or this week, I'm not gonna do it. I'll do it not knowing, you know, go to the grocery store. Of course, I have to talk to someone, but you know, socialization on its own is not like something that like I said, I like to run away from my problems. But to me, when it comes to running away from my problems, I do it with the opinion or notion of it makes sense to just run away from my problems. Because attacking problems head on might make it worse. And I've tried that, and it has made things worse. So I've just learned to just run away from them. But in some situations, you know, I can't do that. Some situations I shouldn't do that. But that's why I like streaming and talking, because it's sort of like a free therapy to myself. You know, I just like rambling, regardless of whoever's listening and regardless of who cares and what their opinion is. You know, I can speak freely and get what I want to say out. And like with not having a big following on Twitch or YouTube and all that and streaming, is that I don't always have to interact back and forth with people about things. So when I just talk freely, it's just me talking. Like right now, no one's talking in chat, so I can just talk freely. And I didn't notice that. The toggle, why is timestamps for new messages and all that like always off on Twitch? Never made sense to me. But yeah, it's like I see this as sort of like therapy and stuff. And oh, Tumblr added live streaming. I don't know. I did, it was popular to begin with, and now it just looks like a cam horse site. So I don't know, I'll try it again, but the issue is they don't have, you can't screen share, so it's kind of like just what I'm doing now, it's just talking. I can't really do anything on there, except just rinse and repeat what I'm saying. But then again, their live streaming service is like TikTok's, and it's very worse too. So I don't know if I'll try it again, but I don't think it's good. It's gonna be good. I don't know. Tumblr has been I've been still popular on Tumblr. I've gained past 2-3 months maybe. I've gained probably 1,500 followers, which has been due to Pokemon, which I like, because now it gives me still motive and still using Tumblr. Because for the longest time I didn't use it. It's been inactive a bit for a few months. Every now and then I sprinkle a post on there and call it a day, and not post for another few months. But I do that a lot, and that's the thing that I'm afraid with in life. I neglect a lot of things. When it comes to things that I'm passionate about, I will neglect a lot of things, and that's one thing I'm scared about. And I need to start getting these daily routines into a habit, because otherwise I will neglect it. And that's the thing that I think I'm afraid about, like, because I want to have a kid, but I'm also afraid of that neglect because trust me, when I start programming, I will ignore all the issues around me, anything around me, and just be programming. And when something pops up, it bothers the hell out of me. And so I don't know if I could do that with a kid. Obviously I can't, but I'm saying I don't know if I could if I'm saying, I guess I'm not ready for it, but you know, is anyone truly ready for it? First, I mean, I want to have to be honest, with a kid, I would rather skip all the BS of like the baby stuff and the childcare stuff. So just adopt a 3-year-old and get on with life. Like shit, it's so annoying with the baby shit. I think, because I'd rather honestly just have a kid, send him to school. I personally would teach a kid too. If I had a kid, I would teach them. They'd be like, yo, check out this math homework, and they'd be like, oh damn, that new math? I don't know what the fuck this means. Wait, they'll say x plus 12x equals 2. I'd be like, damn, what the fuck does this mean? They'd start being, obviously, you know, I can figure it out. If I said x plus 12x equals 2, you know what it really is? Pretty sure that would just then be 1 plus 12 times 1/12 equals 2. Because I think 12 times 1/12 is 1. I think. But you know what I mean, that new math. I'd be like, damn, does that new math? Better get to studying. Because I personally, I don't know. But I would love to teach a kid. The thing is, I need to teach myself a lot of things too. Because I would teach them about programming and stuff, but I also want to teach them like history stuff, because history stuff would be cool. Because, you know, teaching someone else also teaches you. So I think that's a good skill to do. But yeah. But that's gonna be it for the stream. I've just been rambling. Not very much else to talk about. Let me just, here, I'll just raid, I don't know if anyone's watching. And for some reason, my stream on Twitch moves like 2 frames per second. So I don't know what that's about. But we're gonna raid Shofu. Whether it pops up or not, I don't know. We will see. But yeah, let's raid Shofu. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And catch y'all tomorrow, possibly. I don't know what time. We'll see. We'll find out. Peace. This is not working.